Okay, round two. Name something that's not boring.
A laundry? Ooh, a book club. Computer solitaire, huh?
Ah, sorry, we were looking for Chumba Casino. That's right, ChumbaCasino.com has over 100 casino-style games. Join today and play for free for your chance to redeem some serious prizes. ChumbaCasino.com. No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
With the Lucky Land Slots, you can get lucky just about anywhere.
This is your captain speaking. We've got clear runway and the weather's fine, but we're just going to circle up here a while and get lucky. No, nothing like that. It's just these cash prizes add up quick. So I suggest you sit back, keep your tray table upright, and start getting lucky.
Play for free at LuckyLandSlots.com. Are you feeling lucky? No purchase necessary. Void where prohibited by law. 18+ terms and conditions apply. See website for details.
I'm talking about America, sweet America. You know,
calling again. What do you want?
God done shed his
Oh, God, I need to change my input or something here. I sound like a freaking... What's going on here, man? Jeez.
All it takes is a little tiny old apocalypse, and all of a sudden your sound quality goes in the shitter.
I did rearrange my entire office, though, to be a little more savvy with the new normal of being able, to record and present my kids' presentations in class virtually.
Ah, okay.
We're not doing that yet, but I know it's going to happen. Plus, if you didn't see the thing on Facebook the other day, we did do a live online opportunity ticket drawing on Sunday night that happened in my backyard. I hung my
setup.
TV.
I didn't see the actual event, but I saw the setup, which was kind of neat. I saw you did that in your back.
Yeah, so we're ready to go. I'm glad, we've got all the parts that work, so we can record it and broadcast all we want. So we might do an AMA sometime this week, too, so check that out. By the way, we started the podcast. I'm recording.
Yeah, well, at this point, I kind of figured you would. The song up front, thank you for being patriotic in our time of need, America by Ray Charles. Just start off there with, some good feelings about America, even though, it's the end times.
Yeah, I wanted to keep it a little relevant so I could throw it straight over to your new podcast called Listen to This, hosted by Eric Leckie, where he has a bunch of old people like Ray Charles that plays music and stuff, and he tells you about it. I'm sure you could sell it better. You want to try to do a little bit better?
Yeah, well, actually, yes. I try my best to take people on a little bit of a musical journey. A lot of stuff you maybe haven't heard, or from artists. Let's face it. When you listen to the radio, you hear the same 5 songs from all, about 20 different artists, and that's about what fills the radio stations for the day. So this is just an attempt to introduce you to things and concepts in blues and R&B and rock and some modern stuff using a theme to kind of tie it all together. I have a lot of fun doing it. It's called Listen to This. And speaking of Ray Charles, I could probably do an entire episode of just blind singers.
Yeah, you could. That would actually be really, really fun. As bad as he made it sound, everyone, it's actually a pretty good show. So check it out. Thisisfunner.com. It's right up there. The first episode's out now, and we're going to start releasing them every 10 days. So the next one's out this Thursday.
If you love it, it's because of all the hard work I do. If you hate it, it's because the producer is horrible at his job. Well, that's about what it comes down to.
Just know that social distancing has limited my ability to create good quality when recording other people.
Do you think, okay, because you actually brought up a really good concept that I've been thinking about lately. So you know how, okay, every generation is a little different. Obviously we're Gen X, we're a little different from our parents, and our kids are different than us and all that kind of stuff. And you know how that they say that kids now, especially the Gen Z, they are so tied in to their tech and their devices that they don't know really how to socialize, that they're not you and I used to be able to go out in the streets and play baseball in the street, or you'd ride your bike in the neighborhood, you'd make friends. Kids don't do that anymore. And I'm just thinking, if this social distancing thing lasts long enough, do you think that the older generations are going to have to adjust to kind of being that way, which Gen Z is already there?
Yeah, actually I do. I think there are just a couple generations that are going to be handicapped when it comes to it. The old people right now that really just don't care, well, they're probably going to die off from the coronavirus, let's be honest. But
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. But the young ones won't have a problem because they will know nothing other than that. And like you said, they don't know how to socialize. But everybody above that, the two generations, I think us and the generation above us, which is what, boomers?
Mhm.
Yeah, that's going to be, I think we're going to have a little bit of adjustment to that. Everybody above that will be dead, and everybody below that will already be ahead of us. So I'll drink to that.
I guess so. You're drinking to everything, as so as am I. But I just think that it's weird that with this social distancing, I honestly don't notice that much has changed. When my wife and I go for walks, when someone passes, you just kind of nod at them, or you say hi. Essentially, we've been social distancing now for the past decade.
So you haven't. You haven't seen the cross the street in front of you, like you see them coming your way, and then you just cross the entire roads to go the other way to social distance yourself when you're walking. You don't see that right now? You guys are on the same side of the street?
Yeah, but we're not like interacting, and we do kind of keep a distance. And two people are walking on the sidewalk coming at each other. One kind of steps into the street a little bit just to kind of avoid them. But I'll be honest with you, that's stuff that happened 6 months ago. So I'm not even really noticing anything different. The only thing I'm noticing is no more handshakes. That's gone. That might be a thing of the past. We might wake up one day and like our kids are gonna be like, "What's a handshake?"
It's gonna be like Demolition Man. We don't touch. You just do the air high five.
Yes, that's all right. Perfect tie-in, which, by the way, might be a good movie for us to watch.
I just watched it.
You did?
It's a great
movie.
movie.
Well, let's get to that. Let's get to happier things right now. What are you watching? Obviously, we have a lot of free time on our hands at the moment,
Yes.
probably more than we should have. So are you just binge-watching stuff? Or are you trying to get to – are you rewatching or are you watching new stuff?
A little bit of both. My wife and I are catching up on the ones we haven't really had a chance to. Like, we're behind a little bit on Better Call Saul and Walking Dead and Grey's Anatomy and stuff like that. But we're also jumping into, like, Pandemic. And then I'm jumping into old movies that my kids haven't seen, or maybe they had seen they were younger, they don't remember, like Jack or Hook. So I'm kind of, like, spreading it out. I'm not trying to start anything new until I finish all the crap I've been trying to watch, unless I really think that it'll be cool, like Pandemic.
What is the oldest movie that you would show your kids? When you think to yourself, "Oh, let's watch an older movie." When you think older, what era are you talking about?
The ones I mentioned were 80s, but I would take them as far back as like Darby O'Gill and the Little People with Sean Connery. One of the first.
Wow, that's going pretty back. Yeah,
that's late 60s. I want to say early 70s, if not again early 60s. I don't even know how old is Sean Connery. Is he even alive anymore?
I don't know. Let's check in with him.
What about you?
Don't presume to tell me how to find help.
That was our dog's name. Okay, so yeah, no. What about
welcome
you?
back to our podcast. Chris and Eric do bad impressions.
Oh, I've got a good one. Ready?
Ready? Go. Here.
Okay, hold on. This is okay. So now hold on. No, you go first. Hold on. I got a better one. I'm trying to look.
Okay, I got. This is my Kermit the Frog. Ready? Here we go. Hi ho, Kermit the Frog here.
Nailed it.
All
oh my
right,
God,
thank
that's
you.
Okay, so mine is this young actress that's only been in one movie ever. It's the movie called Aliens.
Mm-hmm.
She was the young lady. Her name I can't pull up fast enough because my computer browser apparently wants to go really slow. But she was the one that she goes, "What's your name?" And she goes, "Newt." That's it. That's all I got.
I love the one-word impressions. That's pretty good. All right, here we go. Here is Louis Armstrong. What a wonderful world.
Dude, I think you got the coronavirus. Oh.
I'm going crazy.
That is true. Okay. Okay, I got one. Keanu Reeves, when somebody recognizes him in public. Whoa.
Okay, how about dueling Keanu Reeves? Ready? Here's mine.
Oh, jeez.
Whoa.
Oh, that was better.
Yeah.
You suck.
Okay, now let's do our impression of the other guy from Bill and Ted that no one remembers. Crickets. Because he's dead. I don't know. I don't know what's happening.
No, he's in the new one coming out. Maybe, if it ever does come out. Did it come out already?
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, what's a movie? I don't even. People are going to be asking, like, hey, people, they make new movies? No, they stopped making movies in March of 2020, and it's now April 2045. No new movie has been made in 25 years.
No movie longer than 3 minutes because everybody's at home making their own damn movies. Hey, question.
Go ahead.
What about your movies? I know you're old and you like all the old crap. Would you venture a little bit into an era you don't like the 90s?
You know what? Exactly. No, you know what? You know what's actually like a real dead zone for me? I mean, listen, my wife and I watch movies as old as like 1917. Silent films, and we watch all the. A real dead period is the 1970s for me, and you got to take out Star Wars and the big blockbusters, obviously, right? I mean, the big blockbusters I've all seen, but like your average 1970s movie is a real dead zone for me, and I'm not as familiar with it. So Monique and I are trying to we pick a family movie that we watch with the kids up, and then the kids go to bed, and then Monique and I are going to have ones that we want to watch, and I think I'm going to start doing some more from the 70s.
So you're watching like what, One Who Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nests? I know you've seen.
But that's
Godfather.
a blockbuster, so I've seen it. But no, I'm thinking like in the 70s, it was really popular to do a lot of and it's topical, and everyone's watching pandemic movies and stuff right now. Yeah. But in the 1970s, they like to do natural disaster movies a lot, kind of like what we did with like Sharknado and crap like that, where it's over the top, it's cheesy, but there's like a lot of stars. So you have the Andromeda Strain, you have what's the one with the cruise ship that flips upside down? Wasn't
that just Poseidon's Adventure or something?
Poseidon Adventure.
Yep.
I mean, Earthquake,
Westworld
with Steve McQueen, and Towering Inferno, and why not just some cheesy, if it was made, in the 90s, it would have Bruce Willis, and if it was made today, it'd have The Rock in it type 70s movies.
Yeah, you're 100% right. That's actually kind of funny. I'm looking at movies from the 70s. A lot of these I would have thought would have been your taste, like Clockwork Orange, which again wasn't a blockbuster.
Overrated.
Overrated. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, this is where Westworld started too. Westworld and Mad Max. This is where all they began, along with Close Encounters of the Third Kind, which was a huge movie. So
yeah.
So definitely, Into the World was on everybody's mind.
I mean, there's some of the big blockbusters in the 70s are kind of cool. I mean, listen, The Godfather and Star Wars are like my two favorite movies of all time, and they're from the 70s. But I mean, like your average, just like I know all the hits. It's like if you play the radio station and it's movies, I know all the hits. I don't know the deep cuts, and so I want to kind of explore around the fringes a little bit of the 70s because it's a dead zone for me.
Well, let me know how that works out for you. I've been going through the whole Into the World type things, and I've tried to get Contagion to come through a few times. No luck. But the one I want to see again, which I think is kind of where the world's going. Remember the movie Surrogates with Bruce Willis?
Yeah, with Bruce Willis. Yes,
where you're in a room and you're like in a sarcophagus, for lack of better words, and then you're like connected to this droid that's out in the real world, being you in whatever age or facet you like. And you don't ever really come into interaction with real people ever. So is that where the world's going?
That's actually who knows? They might start calling that a documentary in a few years.
Right. It's actually going to be a history lesson in school.
Let's say that this lasts for. I mean, let's say this is just major and it lasts for 6 months, a year, whatever.
Well, schools are looking to be canceled. You know that, right?
Yeah, I mean, they still might come back. I mean, I think it all depends on how this shakes out. I honestly think the next 2 weeks, 2 to 3 weeks, are the most important weeks in probably the last 20 years of American history, because if things kind of start smoothing out and we're going to be fine, I think everything will be okay. I think if it goes down the shitter even more and we turn into what's going on in Italy, I think, let's just say, I think you should be cleaning your weapons and making sure you have ammo.
Let's just say everything's shiny.
Yeah, that was something I was thinking of doing tonight. Actually, and then I'm counting the rounds of ammunition, and Monique says, maybe you should buy more ammunition. I said, yeah, I'm looking at it, and I go, well, right now I have 100 bullets on hand. If I need to use more, if I'm using 101 bullet, that means we're like, if I've fired more than 100 shots, then it's the end. Like, we're done.
That's what I told Evelyn too. She goes, "You think you have enough?" And I'm like, I've got enough to make us safe. Nobody will mess with me. I have enough. I mean,
just enough. You don't have more than enough, but you definitely have, like, if honestly at this point, if you have to fire off more than a clip, you're in some serious shit. I mean, there's stuff going down. So I have about 100 bullets. So if you send 101 enemies at my way, you will win. If you send 99, I will be victorious.
Well, I don't think that would be true because you're a lousy shot.
Yeah. No, I've watched all 3 John Wick movies like 7 times.
Did you?
And I think I got some moves down. And I'm going to be doing like splits and like firing up people's like penis holes and doing all kinds of stuff. And the only thing that gets me about those movies is everyone in the city of New York an assassin? Like, as he walks down the street, everyone's getting an alert going, kill John Wick, or John Wick is persona non grata, and all this kind of stuff. I'm like, Jesus Christ, is New York just filled with sociopaths? And the answer is yes.
It is true. It's 100% true. And all of them look amazing, too. Like, they're in perfect shape. Jackholes.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know.
Except for that one fat sumo guy that kind of threw him around.
Yeah, but that was just fun and entertaining. They needed some sort of comedy relief in that show. It's all dark and death, which isn't bad.
You know, it reminded me of, because, you know, I don't know if you saw, but Jimmy Fallon was broadcasting from his home, and he had like his wife and kids as part of the show, which is cute, clever idea, you know, and stuff. And people are doing what they can. I'm watching like ABC News here and watching the Weather Girl that I have the hots for broadcasting from, and like standing in front of her TV set, which they've converted into a monitor that plays like, you know, the loop of what the weather patterns are. I'm watching all this. Well, Brianna Ruffalo is like my current love at the moment. She is just fantastic. But it reminds me of the Simpsons episode with Krusty the Clown, where they shut down television everywhere because Sideshow Bob has the nuclear bomb and he's threatening to shut. You know, he wants everything shut down. Yeah. And Krusty the Clown drives out to the middle of the desert and broadcasts from that UHF station in the middle of nowhere. And I have a feeling like that's what it's going to come to. Like, they're going to shut down everything, and someone who's so desperate for ratings is going to be like, I'm going to take over the emergency broadcast channel, and it's going to be the Scorpion and Battery Show.
The Scorpion and Battery Show. It's like Axe Mama and Shoehorn or something.
Yeah. They're going to be doing like puppetry. Like, they're going to have no material. They're going to be taking off their socks and making sock puppets. And that's going to be the only thing on TV. And it's going to get 100 share because everyone's going to watch it because it's the only thing on.
Well, I'm going to wait about another 2 weeks and then I'm going to start buying stock in like Carnival Cruise and stuff because they're going to have they're going to be down for a little while, but it'll make its way back up when I'm about ready to retire. So I'm sure I'll be good.
Yeah, I even thought about buying vacations, but for next year, you know, buying that trip to Italy or, you know, the trip to Australia or whatever it is, and you just schedule it for 2021, but you buy it all now.
I know people doing that right now, but it all offers a refund no matter what, so it's safe.
Yeah, it's like a lottery ticket, right? You're like, listen, for $1,000, I could probably book a pretty kick-ass trip for the entire family to Italy for like 12 days in 2021, and that same trip would cost $7,000 or $8,000 if I booked it normally. So why not just spend the $1,000 and be like, screw it, let's just.
If air flight ever comes back into play, it might be gone forever now.
I don't think air flights will, but you know what kind of pisses me off is, and I've read more about the bill, so they're not getting a complete bailout. That's a little bit of a media, they kind of labeled that wrong. It's loans that the airlines have to pay back, so it's not like free money. But here's what pisses me off about the airlines. They spent the last 30 years treating us like shit. Yeah. Cram us in, have here in this line. Oh, what? You have an inhaler? You can't bring that on the plane. That could be dangerous. Throw that in the trash and just try to struggle to breathe. Oh, what? You have a baby bottle? No, you can't bring that on board. Oh, you have a pocket knife that's the size of a Tic Tac? No, that's dangerous. You got to throw that away. Oh, that's bag? That's going to be $50. And then they go, all of a sudden, they're like, oh, we need a bailout.
Yeah, and then what are they going to do?
I say let them die. Let them die, and when this is all over, let's start new airlines and do it a new way.
What's that song from the Lorax? Let them die, let them die, let them shrivel up and die.
Die. Yeah.
No. Here's the thing. A lot of those companies are going to go down, but what are they going to do? Like, seriously, they do stack you in there like sardines. You think people are going to be comfortable sitting that close to anybody ever again? Like, no, they're going to have to like take out 2 rows of seats so you have a little more room. They probably will up their prices, but a lot of people aren't going to fly for a long time. I mean, I know family members for a long time that won't jump on a plane probably.
Well, I'll tell you. So actually, that you just led right into something else that I wanted to ask you with this, with all of this. Do you think the concept of us doing everything virtual is going to stick when this is all done. And what I mean by that is you have a lot of people working from home, working remotely. Instead of traveling for business, you're doing a video conference. Kids at school are taking video lessons and submitting their homework electronically and all this kind of stuff. How much of this sticks after this is all done? Or do we just kind of like Men in Black memory erase style? We all go back to normal as if nothing changed.
I think it's going to be a mixture at the very beginning. I think a lot of businesses like media, like radio and stuff, podcasting, anybody that's in entertainment that just needs to record their voice or anything that doesn't need to be there, that will be automatically switched over. Which, if you think about it, iHeart just fired a bunch of people, and now they don't have people coming into buildings. So this is leading up to exactly what they wanted to do: get rid of all their workspaces and just have like hubs in these big cities, which is shitty. But I think it
makes sense from a business standpoint, but it's a really shitty way to essentially be in the entertainment industry, in that part of the entertainment industry.
Yeah, I think a lot of these companies that were always against it, like construction companies and stuff along those lines, are going to be a little more savvy into doing it. Maybe this takes it to that 4-day work week with a half-a-day work from home on Friday or something. Maybe that's where it takes our culture or something. But I know that a lot of companies that are doing this now because they have to are going to be like, well, that wasn't as bad as I thought. We could still do this. This cuts down half of our mortgage because we don't have to, we're not leasing this building over here to have 18 employees here now. We only have 10 employees in this, So I think there's going to be a mixture of a lot of it. And I think down the road, eventually it's all going to get there. Everything's going to be virtual.
Yeah. And I mean, so part of that I like. I do think that and I'm no, hippie environmentalist or anything like that, but just think of how many cars that takes off the road.
Oh, no, you just don't like people. You don't
well,
like
that
people.
too, and I'm actually rooting for this coronavirus to win. But but no, I mean, if you think about it in terms of if you owned a company, right? You have people coming in, they're using electricity, they're using the printer, they're using the printer paper. Everyone steals pens and stationery.
You got to have them snacks.
You got to have them snacks. You got to have the break room. You got to have everything. What if everything was virtual? What if it was, listen, you work from home, you submit your reports. They can tell if you're not working or not because work's not getting done. Yep. And if you work from home, you're not driving on the roads. You're staying home. Now, the downside is the people who have like apartments and, they don't really have workspaces. That's going to, hurt them. But I think for a majority of the American workers, I'm sure that if we just embrace technology, we could probably do 70% of our workload at home, which would reduce traffic. It would reduce congestion, stress. I think people would be happier because they'd have a little bit more free time. I mean, I'm working from home today and I'm interrupting my day to do a podcast with you. Because I have that freedom to do so. And I think that is something that I think that could come out of this that would be pretty great.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think it's going to give businesses a lot more out-of-the-box thinking in the future when it comes to doing stuff. Because I was fighting for this at my past employer for a couple days a week because of my health and because of my commute, and I was never given it. And so now everybody has it, which kind of pisses me off. But I feel like I was training for it for the last 9 months with the whole crazy thing and the non-commute and then changing my kids from regular school to part half-time, part home time, So I think I was in a weird situation, and it all kind of worked out for me. But, yeah, I mean, business-wise, you said you stopped your day to come on a podcast and record with me. This is my work. So it's working out great for me. I hope I can launch some podcasts and stay afloat.
Yeah, absolutely. And speaking of, everybody go to thisisfunner.com and check out all the podcasts that are on the This Is Funner network. And also, there's the opportunity. Listen, people, you're home and everyone has ideas, right? Everyone that I know of at some point, even if you're the shyest person in the world, everyone has thought about something that they wanted to say on the radio or something that they've wanted to tell the world. Or maybe you have an expertise in something. Shit, maybe you know how to make hand quilting and you can explain it to people, or how to fix cars. Maybe you have some knowledge that you want to pass along. This Is Funner also has podcasts, that you can, Chris here can actually help you record it and get it out there. And what a better time to do it. You have people embracing this work from home. And hell, when I'm at work in the office, half the time I see earbuds in people's ears and listening to stuff. So you have nothing but a captive audience who wants more and more content. And you should be out there creating content.
Yeah, and like I said earlier, as bad as he made it sound, it's actually pretty easy. No, I'm just kidding. Thanks, man. I appreciate that. But I can get you up and running in a week. Something as simple as you wanting to do an audio diary that you just wanted to put out there for people while this shit's going on and you're working in the medical industry and you just want to record yourself every day and just send me audio and upload it. I can do stuff like that. So there's lots of options out there. It doesn't have to be a full-blown production like some of my podcasts. A lot of the podcasts like this one are very unpolished, if you can't tell. So
what are you talking about? This is one of the most professional podcasts that I listen to.
Yeah, especially with the title by that name. But yeah, no, it's very simple to get out there. I mean, it was not very simple, but I can help you get out there as simple as in a week. Or if you wanted to put together some thoughts and pre-record some stuff, we can get it done in a month or so.
I have a podcast idea.
Oh God!
You take a recording device. You could even use your phone, but you just those little what is it called, lavalier mics or whatever, and you clip it to your shirt or whatever. And everyone just starts recording their visit to their doctors. And everything's private. You don't reveal your name. You don't reveal, but we just play the audio of doctor visits. And the title of the episode will be what that person is going to the doctor for. Right.
Oh no.
Conversation. But you don't think about it. You don't know the doctor's name. You don't know the patient's name, so you're not violating any regulations. But it's just a secret. It's like that taxi cab confessions, but it's just called doctor visits.
Yes, but the title of the episode is a quote from the episode. So you have to guess what the procedure is. So the quote would be something like,
"Oh, I like that." So when the title of the episode is, "I don't think you could get rectal cancer from shoving a banana up there," you can guess that it's a visit to the proctologist.
Or, not past the first knuckle, doctor, please. And that could be a number.
I had no idea your hands are that hairy, said the person to their gynecologist. So that is, I think, a great idea. Because think about it. Everyone loves voyeurism, and we like to hear what other people are up to. And this is a way that you're keeping it private, but you're hearing like conversation. And then everyone always wants to know what's normal, right? That's like the number one question you hear, is this normal? And what I'm feeling is normal. When you hear someone go to the doctor and ask something embarrassing and stupid, and you're like, oh, okay, I'm not the only one. I think that that's a winning idea.
Like the title of this episode. Yeah, that's what happened when I tripped and fell.
Yeah. Or the name of my book title that I'm going to write about this whole ordeal is How to Have Sex Quietly in the Other Room When the Kids Are There by Eric Leckie.
Or title of this podcast episode. Is it cold in here or am I just naked?
That's not a microphone in your hands.
There's another one. I can't remember what it was. Man. Here's last one. What about the title of this podcast episode? Is it supposed to grow like that? Like all those different ways?
She told me that it growing crooked actually felt better.
So it's not swollen. That's just its natural size. Okay. Oh my God, this could go on for days.
It's cold outside. It's called shrinkage.
No, ma'am, you don't have to be in the room when we cut his penis off.
Jeez, that one hurts. During this whole nonsense, do you have any hobbies that you are like, you're telling yourself, you know what, I'm home all this time, and something to take like the mental, everyone's under a lot of anxiety and stress right now, that kind of like mental edge off. Do you have like a hobby where you're like, you know what, I've always wanted to do this, I'm gonna do it now, like learn how to juggle or something?
That's funny you say that. I do that in that video that you didn't watch on Sunday nights when we were picking the opportunity drawing. I was the clown.
Oh, see, okay, I'm gonna have to watch it now. I can
no,
juggle, by the way. I can actually juggle fire.
I know. No, not juggling or anything like that. But there have been some projects that I've been putting off. So, like my backyard, there's a lot of stuff I want to do back there. I can't afford the supplies necessarily, but I can go back there and prep a whole bunch of stuff. So it's giving me time to do that. My wife also loves doing crafts, and we do stuff together. So we're cleaning out the garage as we speak, and we're kind of setting up an area for her to start doing more crafts with her and the kids right now since we have more time.
Yeah, I'm going to do a few more paintings. I really enjoy my Bob Ross style paintings, and it's a good way to kind of take my mind off things. But yeah, I'm working more on the music podcast, and but I'm trying to think of those hobbies. Something I did today that was I don't think it was I'll ask you, is this a panic move or am I being smart? I went on Amazon before everything just completely goes to hell and I can still get deliveries, and I bought a portable solar panel kit that converts to a power station that has AC plugs, a DC adapter, USB plugs, and all that, so that if things go down, I still would have power and I could charge lights and charge a laptop or a phone or flashlights and stuff like that. What do you think?
No, I don't think you're going over the top with something like that. I have a generator. I have like 15 gallons of gas. I've got like 4 cases of water. I have no toilet paper, mind you, but I've got every truck full of gas. So I have some. I prepared a little bit, so don't feel so bad.
Okay. I just didn't know if that was me panicking or not, but I just thought to myself, a little solar panel so we could at least charge our basic devices, and I could charge batteries, and I could charge flashlights and radios in case, you need to be, just kind of call it an emergency preparedness kit. And even though I'm trying to penny pinch right now, I just spent $300 on solar panels and a power station, but,
Well, I think between that and my technology, considering I have solar panels on my house, we could probably use what you have and what I have to make, like, I don't know, an entire house or block work.
Yeah, good point. How about concerts? Let's throw no attendance concerts where it's just completely broadcast live for everyone, and we do it in a secret location every time. So it's like, the Black Crows play on a baseball field in Riverside, and impromptu, and then you just broadcast it, and then you sell a sponsorship to it. Crest Toothpaste presents the Black Crows live from the Corona Softball League.
Or no, live from Larson Orthodontics in their room where they don't do orthodontics anymore.
Yeah, exactly, stuff like that. Yeah.
So many businesses going out soon. It's gonna suck.
Yeah, my company just sent out an email today, essentially firing a warning shot across the bow, alerting us that hey, just so everyone knows, everything sucks right now, and layoffs are probably coming.
Oh yeah, everybody's going to be out of a job. Nobody's going to be making money. The stimulus package isn't going to do a whole lot. A lot of people are going to be sick, and it's not going to be fun. So with that being said, make sure you tune in weekly here on This Is Fun.
At a certain point, we will stop doing comedy and pop culture, and we will just be reporting what cities are on fire and what neighborhoods are overrun by gangs coming your way. I think that's a good time to wrap up this mini episode of We Should Be Better at This. And I think, what we should do? We should plan a happy episode where it's nothing but good vibes and good feelings, no matter how much we don't want to do that.
No, we want to do that. I'm down to do that. I'll bring my kids in. You can bring your kids in. We'll just mess around for a while.
Alrighty. Well, everybody, remember to go to thisisfunner.com. You can follow me at Sinatra's Rat Pack on Twitter. And please, everybody, go out and listen to this with Eric Leckie. That's my radio voice. A new episode coming out in just a couple of days, and I'm excited for it. And season 2 is in the works as we speak.
It is, because when he says in the works, it means he's bored.
Yes, it means I have a lot of time on my hands, and it beats stressing out about my kids are going to be eating dog food in 6 weeks.
Yeah, better dog food than cat food, though.
Yeah, well, I'll just start eating the damn cats.
Yeah, right. All right, guys, thank you. Go to This Is Funner. Follow me, Chris_Donovan on Twitter. Thanks, Eric, and man, we'll catch you later.
All right, see you, everybody.
Bye.
Saving brotherhood from sea to shining sea. Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Thank you, Jesus.